What's up, y'all? Happy 4th of July weekend, each and every one of y'all. We are here at the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, at the Chicago Street Race, and we're ready to have a good time this weekend. The NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series are in action this weekend. Now, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be off till July 25th. Now, on this weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will run on Saturday for the Loop 110. That's 50 laps, 110 miles this weekend. And we're ready to have some good times. Now, SVG will run that number 9 Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports this weekend. Remember, last time this number 9 was at a street course, Daniel Suarez won in that number 9 car in Mexico. So we'll see if SVG can win here. Now, SVG has won half of the races here at the Chicago Street Course. That's one Cup win, one Xfinity win. Now, Connor Zilich will finish in the top 5 in all of 3 road career courses he's been in, and with 2 wins. Now, Junior Motorsports has won last 4 road course races with 3 different drivers. Now, the longest win streak by team on road courses in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Now, Sam Mayer, I see you, Mayer, leads active drivers with 4 road course wins and is tied for all time for NASCAR Xfinity drivers. There's going to be 40 cars and drivers trying to enter this race for this weekend, and 2 drivers will miss this race. Now, last year, SVG won here, and can he do it again? But this time in that number 9, take it to victory lane again, like they did in Mexico. Now, the NASCAR Cup Series will run on Sunday afternoon. The Grant Park 165, that's 75 laps, 165 miles. Now, this weekend marks the 3rd time we've been here at the Chicago Street Course, and we'll see. This is going to be a great run. Got lots of talented drivers, and the stage courses, the stage laps for this weekend are 20, 45, and 75. Now, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell, and Kyle Busch are the only drivers to finish in the top 10 in both races in Chicago. Now, there's a good chance of rain this weekend. We've had some rain here in the last couple years, so the rain tires will be present here for Chicago. Now, 3 of the 8 remaining races before the playoffs is Chicago, Sonoma, and Watkins Glen. And did you know that Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell finished in the top 5 in the last 3 road course races? The longest streak active as well. Now, last week's winner, Chase Elliott, has done pretty well on these road course races. He leads all drivers with top 10 top 5 finishes on the car, on the road, on the next gen car on these road courses, but none of his 7 victories came with the next gen car. Now, Denny Hamlin, who had a poor race last weekend, is returning, and after causing the big one in Atlanta, uh, not looking forward to this race either, because Denny has only one top 10 finish on a road course in his 18 starts, and it came in August of 2023. Now, last year's winner, Alex Bowman, is ready to defend his title. Did you know that Alex Bowman is the only driver to win Chicagoland and the Chicago Street Course? And he got his first Cup win at the Chicagoland Speedway in 2019, and then last year at the Chicago Street Course. So, interesting stat there about last year's winner, Alex Bowman. Now, 3 Australian supercar veterans will be in these races this weekend and the Chicago Street Course. SVG will be in the Cup and the Xfinity race. He's going to be doing double duty. Will Brown will be in the NASCAR Cup Series, and Jack Perkins will be the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So there is your stats about the race, and now you need to know is what the paint schemes look like. So here are the paint schemes for the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and when I come back, I'll give you my favorite patriotic paint schemes of the week since it's the 4th of July weekend, and I will go over the in-season tournament, who's left in that. And of course, Denny Hamlin got knocked out by Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon Come on, man. We can't even win an in-season tournament. Crazy. Anyways, and when I come back, also, I'll give you my picks who's going to win this weekend. So, looking forward to looking at these paint schemes. I hope you enjoy them, and let's go. I hope you enjoyed those paint schemes like we do every week here on our channel. Every Friday, we release a paint scheme and race weekend preview to get you ready for the weekend with us. Now, here is my favorite patriotic paint schemes of the week since it is July 4th weekend. And there's a lot of Xfinity cars, but not as many NASCAR Cup Series. So let's go over the NASCAR Xfinity Series favorite patriotic paint schemes of the week. Sheldon Creed is in that 00 Road Rage Ford. That's good patriotic there. Carson Quaffle. Now, all the junior motorsports cars look pretty good on their paint schemes for a patriotic way. Carson Quaffle, that number 1 Bass Pro Shop Chevy. I like that one. Sammy Smith and that number 8 Allstate Peterbilt Chevrolet. SVG and that Red Bull 9 Chevrolet. Like that one. Looks good. And then Josh Williams, of course, Josh Williams, always with that number 11 with the USA flag on the car. The employers. So Williams Swallowich in that 18 in that Starkey Chevrolet. Like that one. I mean, sorry, Toyota. Sorry, Toyota. My bad there. Jack Perkins going to be driving for JGR in that Shaw and Partners Toyota, that 19 Toyota. Austin Hill will try to rebound after a bad weekend last week in that Bennett Chevrolet. So we'll see him on that one. Dean Thompson and the Thompson Pipe Toyota. Like that one as well. And here's, I see you, Mayor. I see you in that 41 Audible Ford. And then Taylor Gray and Operation 300. Love that one there. Looks good too. Now, here's my favorite NASCAR Cup Series paint schemes. Daniel Suarez and that Jockey Chevrolet Trackhouse, always looking good in their paint schemes. Chase Briscoe and that number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota. And then Kyle Lawson. Of course, it's not really patriotic, but it's got the red, white, and blue in the Valvoline Chevrolet. So, which one was your favorite? Make sure you comment in the comments below. Of course, last week was the first round of the in-season tournament in Atlanta. Got to enjoy that, watching that there in person, and got to watch Denny Hamlin get knocked out of the in-season tournament. We can't even win an in-season tournament. But Denny Hamlin gets knocked out by Ty Dillon. I told Ty Dillon before the race, don't knock out Denny Hamlin. He did it anyways. And then he had this to say after the race was over.
All you Denny fans out there, I just knocked your favorite driver out.
All right, so Ty Dillon's going to move on to face Brad Keselowski in the second round. Alex Bowman is going to take on Bubba Wallace. John Hunter Nemechek had a good run last week. He's going to take on last week's winner, Chase Elliott. And then Eric Jones, another Legacy Toyota, Legacy Motor Club in the second round. Both of their cars in the second round. Who would have thought that? Are taking on old Ricky Stenhouse. And on the other side of the tournament bracket, Noah Graxon's going to be taking on Ryan Preece. Carson Hocevar is going to take on Tyler Reddick. Allmendinger is going to take on Ty Gibbs. And then Zane Smith in Front Row Motorsports is going to take on Chris Buescher. So there is your in-season second round matchups. We'll update this next week as we move on to see who wins this in-season challenge for the NASCAR Cup Series here on the go. All right, so here are my picks for the week. My picks here, and they will follow. We'll start with the NASCAR Xfinity Series with the Loop 110 on Saturday afternoon. The NASCAR Xfinity Series SVG is a minus 115. Connor Zilisch a plus 135, and then it falls off pretty quickly with Sam Merritt plus 1500. Hard not to take SVG here in this 9 car. It's already shown that it can win a road course with Daniel Suarez in Mexico. I'm going to go SVG. I mean, the stats show that he's pretty dang good, and I think there's not much road talent here in the Xfinity Series to take over. So I think SVG wins this pretty good. Connor Zilisch is going to give him a run, but I think Connor Zilisch still young and maybe runs second or third. So my dark horse, I mean, like I said, it falls off pretty quick with after Connor Zilisch with Sam Merritt 1500, but I'm going to go Austin Hill, 2,600. Jesse Love's plus 4,800. Then last week's winner, Nick Sanchez, plus 7,500. I'm going Austin Hill here in his 22nd career Xfinity road races. Hill has a whopping 12 top 5 finishes, including both at Coda and Mexico City. He could pull this off. Could happen. Of course, last week not too good for him, so you know he wants to make a comeback here. I'm going to Austin Hill as my dark horse. All right, for the NASCAR Cup Series, the Grant Park 165 on Sunday afternoon, I'm going to take, well, first SVG at plus 185, Larson at plus 650, and Christopher Bell at plus 750. I just don't think SVG can sweep the weekend here. I don't think he has, even though he did win in Mexico in this car. I'm going to go Christopher Bell here. He has lots of top 5, top 10 finishes here on these road courses. He's done well here last couple years. I'm going to go Christopher Bell for the win. And then my dark horse for the Grant Park 165 is Chris Buescher. He's at plus 2,200. I know that's kind of not dark horse-ish, but it kind of falls off quickly as well for the NASCAR Cup Series guys. Chris Buescher has 17 career top 10 finishes and 39 starts on street course and road courses, including Watkins Glen last season. So Chris Buescher, I love that Cinnamon Toast Crunch card last week. It was pretty cool. So there it is. My picks for this weekend. The schedule for this weekend on Saturday morning, we'll have NASCAR Xfinity Series practice and qualifying at 9:30 Central. Then we'll have NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying around 12 noon Central. And then the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Loop 110, around 3 o'clock Central, all time Central. And then on Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series will run their Grant Park 165 at 12. Will be on live at 12:30 Central. So there is that for all the scheduling for this weekend. All right, y'all. We are ready for a great weekend here in Chicago. We're looking forward to hanging out with you guys in the streams. Make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel right here on our channel as we grow an amazing NASCAR community, and we would love for you to hang out with us here on the go at CeeLo. So make sure you are here with us. Make sure your notification bells are on so you know when we go live this weekend, and we'll be ready for some fun. So appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you comment below on who you think is going to win these races this weekend, who your favorite paint schemes are, who your favorite Patriotic paint schemes are, whatever you want to comment in the comments below. We would love to hear from you there. So appreciate you watching. We're here in Chicago, baby. It's the Chicago Street Course, and I'm ready to have some fun. Does SVG sweep this weekend? I don't know, but we'll find out. Come on, hang out with us, and we'll see you soon. Let's go.